Hey there, I am the Metal Jesus, and I am joined today by Drunken Master Paul.
I'm here and I'm drinking. Go figure.
Just like we're drinking in this video. So tell people what video we're watching here.
This is the video where we decided to cook a bunch of shit in waffle irons. And I remember when we came up with this idea, just to do something weird and different, and why not waffles? I love that opening shot because I remember us not knowing how the hell to open this thing. And then we had this idea of just sitting in the back, and you're lying back there of I love nature while you have that.
What, the Virtual Boy?
Oh my god, that was so funny. It's everything I do to keep from cracking up when you said it.
I know, it was so awesome. So was this somebody recommended this? You read about it, or
no? I just pulled this out of my ass basically because it just occurred to me that these things have two cooking surfaces,
right?
And like a not like a toaster oven, but you see those hamburger cooking things.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, we could just do all kinds of cool stuff in there. My first thought was a toasted cheese sandwich and how good that would be in there.
Right.
And so that's how this whole sleigh ride started.
Now you went to well, actually, you know what? I was gonna talk about the waffle irons, but we really need to address the elephant in the room, and that is that I look about 10 years younger here.
Yeah, you do without the facial hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you look old. It makes you look more sophisticated.
A little bit more like a woman. Let's be
a little
honest.
bit. Okay, with the hair. But the thing is about you and me, and I'll just kind of face the music here. Neither one of us has a fucking chin. All right, it pretty much goes from our nose all the way to our Adam's apple. So the facial delineation there, that helps a lot.
It does help a lot. It does help. I also think I was a little bit thinner here. This is a couple years ago.
Yeah,
actually.
I can't tell if we're thinner or fatter here. I'm just gonna go on. I'm holding cake mix while I say that, and brownie mix. Why not?
So for this one, I remember that you went out to a bunch of thrift stores and you just went nuts buying a bunch of waffle irons.
Well, we did. I remember we.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you and I were down in Burien, and we found the green one at a garage sale, and then the white one we found at a thrift store.
Did we? Oh, that's right, because we were going to shoot. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all coming back.
Yeah.
We were going to shoot video of us finding the waffles.
Yeah, and we did.
Irons,
we
right?
did. We shot a video, and it just what's the word I'm looking for? Sucked ass. Yeah, it was about as interesting as watching two people shop for waffle irons. So yeah, that's how we got these things though, and this whole epic idea, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. So we are down, obviously, in my game room. We're over by the music section here, and
and we decided not to shoot in the kitchen. We actually set this up to shoot downstairs for the first time, and I think it was a really great choice.
Yeah. So and you'll notice here that there's a couple different cameras. So that's the normal camera that's on a tripod, and then there's also one. There's your GoPro, which is off to the left, right here. That's the GoPro shot right there.
Yeah, and then Rebecca with
the roaming
roaming pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that really, having the multiple cameras just is so cool. We have so many things we can do.
Yeah, so like right here, we had Rebecca to be able to kind of get close and sort of talk about stuff. So a couple things that I remember about this is that, one, you went nuts with all of the different types of things. Because we actually...
So 15 different things we were going to do.
Do you remember when we went to the store before this to buy? We bought crap loads of food. Remember that?
Oh my god, yeah. This is going to be. I was so ambitious on this one.
Well, it's funny though, because you think that when you're going to shoot an episode like this, you're thinking, oh, how long are in your mind as a producer, right? You're like, okay, it's going to be about 30 seconds to a minute per thing. Like, how could it possibly be any longer, right?
And then I forget that it's us.
Yeah, it's completely off the cuff.
Oh, we're off the race. That's the other thing is we seriously did not test these recipes at all.
Yeah.
I rarely I do that a little more now with my food stuff if I'm testing things or I'm coming up with an idea.
Right.
But in this case, none of these were pre-tested. They were just ideas, and we threw them out here all at once, which is why some of them failed so miserably.
Yeah.
Great shot. Just to slam your face in there, Metal Jesus, and snarfle that down. Get cake batter in your ears.
Cake batter.
So the first one, that cornbread, I remember that coming out so well. I was so optimistic that one came out as tasty as it did.
That's right. Actually, the brownie one doesn't come out, right? Does it fall apart?
Right. Yeah, the brownie one just wouldn't hold together.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's because brownies, you kind of have to leave them sit in the pan and clot.
Okay.
Because if you don't, try to just scoop a brownie out of the pan when it's hot like that, and it just scoops out in a big blob. And I think that's what happened here is there was not a chance for it to really, because if you leave it in there, it's going to burn.
Yeah. It's funny, I'm watching this now, and it's funny how silly we are. Like,
Oh, we're having such a great time doing this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why these kind of videos with you and I work, is because we know that no matter what, we're gonna have something to shoot. We're gonna have something that we can sort of play with,
Yeah.
right? You know, and so we don't really script anything. We don't really worry about it, because we know that, you know, like that classic bump that happens halfway through here or something like that.
Oh, dude, I just so wasn't ready for that.
I know.
You have some mass that I wasn't ready for.
I do.
I think of you as such a a big sissy and everything, but I just don't expect you to have that kind of an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come up here. You guys will see it and laugh and wonder why I didn't die.
You know, so you have the high five for science shirt on there.
Yes.
So tell people about your obsession with that game.
Oh, with Jetpack Joyride.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to play that on the bus all the time, and it's such a fun game to play. It's so easy to play. It's that one touch, and I just really, really love it. I still play it now and again, but I've got like 5 million miles in it. Kilometers. I've got. Well, I've done 600 levels.
I don't know what that... I mean, I played
Yeah.
the game when it first came out, and I remember I thought I was decent at it. Actually, I think for a while I had a better score than you.
Yeah, you did. I worked long and hard just to beat you, and you had like 7,000 something.
Yeah, I got lucky
8,000
once.
kilometers in it, or yards or whatever it is, meters. Chickens. But yeah, so we went to, it was PAX, and Half Brick was there.
Oh, okay.
And we walked up to talk to him, and he said, "This is your best fan ever," and he's played this, and I showed him my score, and they gave me a T-shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I did my video for Fruit Ninja.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Which is, I believe that is my highest
So
viewed video.
tell people what that video is.
The video of Fruit Ninja is, well, if you play the game Fruit Ninja, a bunch of fruit flies in the air, and you swipe your finger across your phone, and you slice fruit in the air. Well, I decided to do it in real life.
Because you practice arnis.
I do. I practice Filipino martial arts, which is arnis. We play with swords a lot.
Right.
And so I just decided to see if I could do it. And I shot that twice, actually. The first time I made a fruit launcher that was crap. I thought it's going to be easy. I just nail some boards together, flip them up, it'll be fun. That didn't work. So then I had to reinvent it, and I built a better one, and it would launch the fruit in a line. I'd stomp on this thing like a teeter-totter. It would launch the fruit up in the air, and I would hopefully get them in a line and slash them in half. And that worked out good, except I screwed up my blue screen background, and you had to save me.
Oh, that's right.
Because I just had iMovie, and you have Final Cut, and it was you saved my ass on that one. But it came out great, and Half Brick loved it, and they tweeted it out.
Yeah.
And to this day, I get people saying it's fake.
Well, you did a video follow-up showing,
showing everything.
Yeah, showing how you made it and stuff like that.
And then I also got compared to Adam Savage in that, because the way I built the Fruitapult 5000.
Oh, okay.
And here's our fail.
Here's our fail. Yeah, that failed pretty hard, actually.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful and tasty. And
now, did we use the whiskey?
We did, and that could be the culprit here, because I put just a tiny bit of a whole shit ton of bourbon in there to make bourbon brownies, and that might have screwed up the batter. I actually think it was just...
It didn't light it on fire, which is what I was happy about.
Yeah.
We are down in the basement here.
Well, you're happy. I was disappointed.
Yeah. No, we never did blow a circuit, did we?
No, we didn't. That surprised me.
I know.
We have 3 waffle irons plugged in. And
plus the lights. And
everything else in your basement, which... your nightlight, your Scooby-Doo nightlight blows a circuit breaker now and again. So this is the cheesy sandwich.
Okay.
I love how excited we got in this thing. Just, okay, we're going to do something next. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Kind of getting back to what I was mentioning before, I knew that if we just had enough variety, that we would have an episode. Like, stuff would happen, Whether it turned out good or not. That's the challenge with these Gamer Eats, though. And I often worry about, okay, will this be good? Because people make this shit. You know what I mean?
I know. This frightens me sometimes.
I know.
And your bunny face.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet mystery of life, I found you.
That was so terrible. Here we go. Oh, those are so delicious.
That looks pretty good.
Oh.
And also the whiskey is gone. The whiskey's moved and the beer is...
There it is.
Oh. That was such a real moment there. It was so funny.
God, Belly Bobby knocked me on my ass. That was funny. And of course, in the moment, I had no idea what that was going to look like.
And I felt bad. I was like, holy shit, you really moved. You like tumbled over.
Because you're made of pure granite. It's those rock hard abs.
Yep.
And
Built from beer.
Yep.
So yeah, I remember this being pretty good actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've made that since, actually. This is one of those things. I have that waffle iron at the house.
Okay.
And the nice thing is it's hinged, so it's almost like a panini press. So it's really easy. I do French toast in it, too.
You know, I noticed there that at a certain point in your pocket, you put the,
The fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I love doing shit like that in these videos. I just, don't call attention to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just put these little Easter eggs in for our viewers.
Or now we're going to do...
You were trying to do Charlie's Angels, and I
you're-
was trying to do Charlie's Angels. Yeah.
Now we're doing some sort of aerobics.
Yeah, I try to do shuffling
Yeah.
in the whitest way possible.
Okay, so this is nachos here. Or,
No, this is the quesadillas.
quesadilla. That's
Damn it,
right.
Napoleon. And this is another one I was really surprised how well it came out.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have. I mean, it's just bread and cheese.
Ooh, see? Stupid Becky over in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Stupid Becky is the drink of the house.
Yeah, you guys couldn't see him pointing at the screen there because this is audio. Beer count. Yeah, I do tend to lose count.
Okay. Oh, so now we're going to do pizzas.
Yeah, this is where we start getting a little weird. 'Cause we were pretty safe before with, bread and things in between.
Yeah. Now we're cheese and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit thicker. You're a little drunker here.
Oh, yeah. We need to start getting product placement money here.
I know.
Why hasn't Nally sent us a check yet either?
Yeah, or Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Oh, Nally's. We should do that next time. Next waffle thing. Just pour chili on it and close it.
No, not in my game room.
Yes. We'll do it in my garage.
Yeah. Although, I do remember that at a certain point, it starts smoking in here. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Was it the cheese or?
I don't remember if it was the cheese. It might have been the brownie, because that brownie got awfully well done.
Okay. Because I know at a certain point when we were shooting this, we basically had to stop because
Yeah.
it was starting to smoke the place out.
Getting kind of hazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That just looks nasty.
That does look pretty nasty.
Yeah. It was tasty, but nasty. And again, I was surprised at how well it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like something that should be lanced.
I'm watching this. I remember from an editing standpoint, it was a little bit tricky to do this with the 3 different cameras and actually have it somewhat in the same color.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Because you'll notice that, for instance, this is very bluish white right
The
here.
background there?
Yeah, and but then it'll cut over to what Rebecca's holding, which I think is the iPad, actually.
Yeah, it is.
See how much saturated that is?
Yeah.
And it was actually even worse when I first started editing this. It was kind of a trick. Also, it's funny, another sort of note about editing with this is that you'll notice that you don't really see Rebecca very much, and that's because you're always cutting around her, because she would go into frame on the other angles, right?
Right.
And so there were times whenever I actually wanted to use a different angle, and she was a little bit too close in there. I mean, that happens, right?
Of course, when you have a camera like that.
Yeah, kind of roaming around, but it was a bit tricky to edit.
We should have her wear something more provocative when she's filming. We can use that footage.
That's true.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Just have it follow her. We don't even, it doesn't matter what we say.
Strap her into a nice corset and some suspenders, man. Oh, wow. I need to be alone for a moment.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So here's our nachos and spam.
So this is the very first time I'd ever had spam.
I know. I was so surprised. You grew up, in Oak Harbor.
Yeah, I know. And
It's Navy territory, and
and for whatever reason, obviously my parents didn't like it. They didn't subject me to it, thankfully. This was, but I was game for it. Like, if we're going to do the video, we're going to go, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's so salty.
It's amazingly salty.
Yeah, that was the one thing about it. Is that I don't know if they make like a less sodium version of it, but
They do, but it's just not the same. It's like low sodium bacon.
Now we're going to put this on nachos, which are also salty.
Yes.
Right, the chips are salty.
Oh, yeah.
So it was. Oh, here comes the loaf.
There's that lump.
I remember it stunk. It was.
Oh, it's porky goodness. Here comes a moment where I almost broke my nose doing that. I actually had spam in my nose at the end of that. It hit right at the tip of my
another moment.
septum.
I didn't know you were going to do that, but
I
of course
didn't
it's
either.
gold. It's gold.
I had no clue I was going to do that. It just things happen.
Yeah, beer.
Sometimes I don't consult myself.
The fact that Rebecca lets me do this is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're crunching.
Crunching it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are worse things you could be doing with your life than
A lot. That's
yeah.
fine.
There she is.
See, now things are starting to fall apart. We're
Yeah.
like, okay. How, although all told, we're about 15 minutes into it, but how far into shooting do you think this actually was?
This was towards the end, as I recall, because we were saving the nachos for last.
Okay.
But we had other things we were going to do. One thing we didn't put in here was the chocolate chip cookies.
And you also bought some dough and some pie filling.
Yes,
because we had it in our cupboard forever.
Right.
Which would probably have worked.
Yeah, but we had so much footage at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the what you guys didn't get to see, and it shows up earlier in the video. You look on the table, is the Toll House cookie dough.
That's right. We actually cut one of them from this. Right?
Yes, yeah, it was the cookies, and those were a miserable failure. I really wanted those to work too.
Okay,
and they really didn't, and yeah, just move on to one fail. Because I mean, it gets to the point that the videos just get too long.
Right. Okay, so yeah, Rebecca's shooting this on an iPad. I forgot about that. Huh. Yeah, and these are squished.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter, actually.
And amazingly good. They held together really well. Well, the thing, too, is you're such a perfectionist with your videos, but if you look at, we both love Top Gear, and they use multiple cameras.
Right.
And, in they're really produced videos, everything pretty much matches. But, in the other ones, so when they switch from camera to camera, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And that I think that adds to the charm, especially if... The thing is, it has to be really different.
Right.
If it's just kind of a little bit, it looks like you tried to match and couldn't.
Yeah.
But
are you referring to the color and stuff?
Yeah, anything like this. I mean, those two switches just there, those are different enough that it adds some character to the shot.
Well, I also think, too, that people do understand that that's a different camera. And as long as it doesn't look really bizarre, they don't care,
Yeah, I mean, have you seen other videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
I mean, your standard is so high. I mean, people are lucky to, just not get background noise and weird angles up your nose.
Wow. Okay, so we're definitely getting some smoke there.
Yeah. Yep. There we go.
Oh, that's right. Because I think we set off a fire alarm
weep,
at one point.
Weep, 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 weep.
Which was basically okay, we got to wrap this up. This one was. So we're getting towards the end of this here. This was one of my favorites to kind of plan, shoot. It was fun to edit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we had a really good time with this. I remember looking forward to this one a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to do the waffles to go do the shopping, and what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And then just getting through it with...
without burning the house down.
Yeah, and we got so much great footage, both with the successes and failures.
And plus, we had a lot of people tell us that we should do another one with other recipes.
Yeah, and then that's always the plan, right? We're going to do another one at some point. And we should.
Yeah, definitely. Huh. Well, these Gamer Eats are fun to make. Just because
fun to make and fun to eat.
Fun to eat because we don't know what the hell is going to happen, and editing it, it's okay, let's try to make some sense out of it. So
yeah, and I have a lot of fun coming up with the recipes because most of the time it's me pulling these out of my ass, but you'll come up with suggestions and we'll just run with it.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, and I think this was actually afterwards we decided to fry these up.
That's right, because this is kind of after we sort of were officially done.
And I think we are officially done. That looks like the end of the video.
That is the end of it. So, all right. Well, dude, thanks for coming on for this audio commentary. We'll have another audio commentary with you after this as well. So
more beer.
And more beer. All right. Well, hey, thanks, guys, very much on Patreon for supporting my channel and making these audio commentaries possible. And thanks, Drunken Master Paul, for coming on my channel. And
you betcha. We'll do this again sometime.
We will.
All right, cheers, everyone.
All right. Cheers.